Greetings, everybody, one and all. Lovely to see you in the chat once more down in my humble shed in the county of Dampshire. One of Anthony's amazing inventions. If somebody can give me an idea if we're coming through loud and clear and the picture is good, that will help immensely. Can see and hear. Thank you very much, Simon. Loud and clear, says Dino. Dino, hey. And Simon, hey. Mix in the chat. Tom Houston has joined us. Martin O'Keefe, lovely to see you, Martin. Flymo Chairman, you are 5x5. That's good. Where did I learn that? I learned that from watching Thunderbirds back in the day. Because they had an American slant on them. It says, I'm reading your 5x5. Yeah, that's it was pretty obvious that they were having a radio conversation and it was loud and clear. So even in our young days, we didn't have to have it explained to us. 5x5 obviously meant loud and clear. But there you go. Wolfsex Scenics Paul is with us, and Dwight Curley has joined us as well. Hello, Dwight. Dwight's on tonight at 7 p.m. UK time, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. Simon Trades, Flymo Chairman, Chuck Schreiber. A very good morning to you, Chuck. And Anthony has joined us as well, which is great. Anthony was at the YouTube meetup at Deshler, Ohio, yesterday, with a whole host of different YouTubers, everyone from Trackside Mike and the Stormy Sky Gang, which is Steve and Dave and Jenny. And they do video photography of the full-size trains, for those that don't know. Great channel, always worth a look at that, because the camera work is just superb. They changed our name the way back it used to be. Yes, Dwight, yes. It happens on some channels and doesn't happen on others. That's as much as I know about this conundrum. It really is a pain in the bum, actually. It switches back to our handles and then back to our names. Yes, the chat is perfect. No at crap. Yes, indeed. It's a mystery. Oh, it's a mystery. Good old Toya. Toya Wilcox, ladies and gentlemen. Dwight's live stream tonight. There is a very kind of you, Dino. Thank you very much. There is Dwight's live. That will clue you in to what Dwight will be doing later on. I have no clue what that might be. It's a lucky dip. So there you go. Well, Deshler is a junction with some houses around it. Did you meet Jawtooth, Anthony? I think Anthony met just about everyone that was there. Tom Houston. Hello, Tom. Maybe some YouTube servers haven't been updated properly. Could be. I know they've been working on various things because some of the little icons have changed shape. There's been lots of odd things happening. Schuylkill River Valley, that's John number 2. Very good day to you, John. Always a pleasure having you in the chat, a man of your standing. And correct me if I'm wrong, one of your Sidetrack Sunday jobs is coming up fairly soon, if I'm not wrong. Alan Reynolds has joined us. Hello, Alan. How's Dover today? Middleport Junction is Anthony. Hello, Anthony. Great to see you. Yeah, so John will be coming up fairly soon with a Sidetrack Sunday, which is on pretty late at night for us, but never mind. Addy Pullen has joined us. Hello, Addy. I hope you are well and fizzing today. Dara's Locomotive Shed. Greetings to all. Hello, Dara. Great to see you. Welcome into the chat. I think I've just about seen everyone so far. Mick92, hello Mick. Let me just grab my transport. I haven't seen Charlie in the chat at the moment, but let me just grab this. Right. While Charlie was over at Getz, that's Charlie McGowan, Particle Station, he got me this, which really very kind of him. I mean, I'm blown away because I don't have many vehicles on the layout because, well, there isn't many roads at the moment. The only thing that might be roaded is this section over here, which is more like my little storehouse of bits and pieces. But there's a Welch's Transport Bulk Cement. Very nice indeed. And I'm not sure who that is made by. EFE. That's part of the EFE range. Shedley Wood Model Railway. Hello, Rob. Nice to see you. I don't know if Rob is going live today at 3. Just give us a shout in the chat if you are going live. So a big thank you to Charlie for that. It was in the back of my mind. I just couldn't remember where I'd put the box. But I found the box. It was in a bag. And this is now going on the layout on the far side over by the signal box. Right. And there it be. That's where it will live over there until I can get a little. Is that a Matador or an AEC, Andy? I'm not sure. Let me grab the box and I will be able to tell you. Yeah, it says on it EFE diecast. What doth it say? It doesn't tell me diddly squat on this. It's got a number, E10702. So that will give you a clue, but there's no clue on what it actually is on the box. So that would probably tell you, Flymo. British tanker lorry. Right on. Yeah. So if there's anyone I've missed in the chat at the moment, do forgive me, but make yourself known in the chat and I will give you a hearty hello if I have missed anyone. I just got up after working last. Working? Oh, filthy 4-letter words. I'm popping into the kitchen for coffee. Good idea, matey. Here's a coffee. Here's one I made earlier from the Station Master Cup. Cheers, everybody. It's Sunday. It's nice and relaxed and good health. Well, a little strong, but yeah, that's fine. Let me just touch on some of the funny things that have been happening this week. Many of you will have seen in the various chats about various nasty happenings in the model railway scene. From my understanding, it's all started from the Hornby Magazine Awards, where they now have 2 sections. One is for YouTuber of the Year, and the second is for YouTuber Layout of the Year. And that's where all the trouble started. There is one lady on there, everybody knows who it is now, who bought a layout complete, and then she started working on it and getting it the way that she wanted it, which means there's quite a bit of work to personalize it, and I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. But she was put in, probably against her knowledge, to this YouTuber Layout of the Year award, and it caused an absolute stink of an uproar from people who are totally overreacting, in my opinion. And of course, then the knives came out, and there was all kinds of nastiness to the point where she said, well, sod this. And everybody's done that. Lord Howe himself has got to the point where he's got a few nasty comments, a lot of nasty comments, and just said, sod it. And that's what happened, apparently. And I can't say I blame her. Nobody deserves that kind of bullying. It's supposed to be a nice little hobby, which we enjoy. Nobody dies. It's it's model trains, for heaven's sake. Let's see. There's different. There's Andy at March West Junction. Hello, Andy. Lovely to see you. Stormy Sky Rail Productions. No trains yet. Sorry about that. I'm coming to that. The second point that came up from all this virago was, if I can remember what it was now. Oh yes, there was a Facebook post, I believe, by Roads and Rails, and the name celebrity YouTuber came up, and a big virago started about that. I mean, who is a celebrity YouTube? Maybe Charlie Bishop, who everybody knows. Not everybody likes him, but everybody knows him. He does good quality content, and he's up there. And there's also the thing about this little word grifters has come out. No, not you, Hotdog Pilot. No trains yet at Marion, Ohio. Oh, I understand. Is that Steve, Jenny, or Dave? Good morning to all three of you, or good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Ian Melling, hello, nice to see you. Mum and son train rail fans. It was Ray's birthday yesterday. Everybody say hi to Ray and happy birthday. And Liz has joined us. Very good day to you, Liz. There's coffee mentioned there. Good idea. Yes, so this week's been full of model rail angst, which hopefully we can put to bed now. I mentioned that was the second thing. So it stirred the pot, and everybody was, they're grifters, and yeah, it's a storm in a teacup. It'll blow over. So that's all I'll say about it. And the third thing was something really funny, which Flymo chairman Adam came out with, which was the little phrase fly troll. Now, if you look it up in Urban Dictionary, there is no, I mean, it's a phrase. There's no phrase which says fly troll and what it means. So if you look it up individually, somebody who's fly, it gives you a synopsis of that. And somebody who's a troll, it gives a synopsis of that. And it's people who come into your live stream and rightly or wrongly, whether they mean to do it or not, subvert what goes on. They jump in and try and twist the narrative. Oh, you should be running this or you should be running that. And that's a fly troll. And there is a couple of people I can think of off the top of my head who fit the bill. Gladly not in the chat at present, probably because I banned them. But yeah, there are people out there who will come in and subvert your live streams. Yes, Addy, I know you probably know one like that. And I think you have probably suffered that person recently. So, yes, it does do your head in. And it's one of those things. The only thing you can do is offer them the exit button or just say, bye. Did Finnerton have some fly trolls yesterday who just said random things? Yes, I mean, that's the kind of thing. I mean, they're just trolls. But if they are of the model railway variety, they come in as fly trolls. Yes, we know such fly trolls, Eddie. Trouble no more. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'll say about that. As Stormy Sky said, I think we know who it is. Yes, we do. Bless that person. But they've got their idea of what we as railroaders should be running. I'll never understand why some people have to be ugly in such a fun hobby. Absolutely, Liz. Yes. Don't waste your breath. Quicker talking to a brick wall. Hello, Andrew. Some of it I find quite funny. How people can get so vitriolic over such a harmless pastime as ours. Because some people have certain mindsets and the hobby doesn't matter. Yes, that's a good synopsis there, Anthony. Yeah, but we know what we like, and I've got a fairly broad interest in model railways, model railroads. I've got a foot in each camp, and I like the American stuff, and I like the British stuff, and I like some of the German stuff. If Ivo's still here, hello, Ivo. I did see him, and I think he's got some family things that he's got to do today. Nathan DeLay has joined us. Hello, Nathan. Lovely to see you. It's awesome seeing you for the first time we were in Canada. Yeah, that was quite an event. And there was another one yesterday at Deschler, Ohio, where there was quite a meet and greet. But for those that live far away, America and Canada, they're big countries, and it's difficult to get everywhere you might want to go. Yes, I understand you were there. So Anthony Dodge indicates that. Rail Stalker Adventures. And a big hello to you. Very nice to see you. And without more ado, let's get some trains running here. First of all, the first one sounds a bit funky. It sounds almost as though it's got two motors, and they have trouble synchronizing with each other. So you get that drone effect. So let's increase the power a bit, and you will hear it in the distance. Come, my beauty. Very kind of you, Dino. What fate the B&O signals at Deschler? They're still there, I hope. Well, here's a New York Central coming around now. It's a gas doodlebug with the coach that comes with it. And it's a bit of a growler. Can you hear that out of synchronization sound? I believe it's only got, I think it's only got one powered bogie. So why it should do that, I really don't know. Maybe it's just a little resonant frequency in there. But as you go up the speed range, it tends to disappear a bit. Those signals at Deschler are staying put. That's good. We don't like change unless it's absolutely necessary. Hello, Andrew. So there's the doodlebug. It's got a funky white and black painted chevron face on it. It's in olive green with New York Central emboldened on the side. That's a good word, emboldened. If you're wondering what the badge is, we've got Remembrance Day coming up next weekend, something like that, on the 11th or thereabouts. Just read the obituary on YouTube and notification system at Tom. Oh, don't know about that. Anyway, the badge says, we will remember them, and we will indeed. It's only because our fathers did what they did that we can do what we do. It's as simple as that. So it's always a good idea to doff our caps for those that didn't come back and fought for our country. But there you go. Sidetrack 77. Hello, Sidetrack 77. That's Holly. Holly. Nice to see you. A very good morning to you in Canada. I hope the weather hasn't closed in on you completely. I have been looking at some of your box opening sessions that you've done. Rich Trains has joined us too. And it's always worth keeping an eye on Holly at Sidetrack 77 because he's always got something interesting that come out of those boxes. So always worth looking in there. If you like a box opening, Holly gets around a bit, don't you? And yeah, good stuff. Good, Kyle Stevens. Very good day to you, Kyle. I hope you're well. Extending around the layout at the moment is the Gas Doodlebug in New York Central scheme with the coach that goes with it. And they do run DCC. This is a DCC only. There's no sound apart from the grinding. Have you been to China before? Because there's a sign that says something about China. Oh, that. Let me get out of the way. Try that. English China clays. That was a big industry over here. It still is, making pottery and products for paper industry. Nathan. And one of the Class 37 locomotives we had was called English China Clays. And that is a reproduction of the nameplate that was on the side of it. Just behind me here, you can see Tullyar. And that was a nameplate from one of the Deltic locomotives that we have in this country. And so they're reproductions. And just up there is a section of track, which is obviously being cut off the main line somewhere. And that's what our track looks like. Flat bottom with, there's the head, and that's the narrow bit in the middle. So that's the explanation for China. Yeah. The other bits up here, those are signal posts, the nomenclature of the signal. So, yes, Deltics are the god tier locomotives, and they are beastly locomotives. Do love the Deltics. Yes, we do indeed. Very noisy little 102 tons, 3,300 horsepower. They were the beasts of their day. We didn't have anything that powerful for a long, long time in this country. It was always 2,500 horsepower, somewhere around there or less. The Acura scale models of Tullyar, have they turned up yet? I don't know. I'm not sure what Richard got. He's got one of the Acura scale Deltics, but I'm not quite sure which one. Sorry on my phone, can't keep up with saying hello to everyone. We understand, Rick. It's great of you to join the chat anyway, so welcome in. barely even type before I have a coffee. Yeah, I understand that. James has joined us. Hello, James. If you like doodlebugs, there's one just going that way at the moment. Look, I'm pointing. There it is. Look. That's the Gas Doodlebug. And Greg has joined us. Very good day, Greg. Gas Doodlebug, New York Central logo on it in olive green. On the second track, there's two. Two 12-cylinder Deltic two-stroke diesels. Fantastic sound. Yes, I remember standing next to one of them, and it did a complete compressor bleed. So you had this huge, and it scared the living daylights out of me because I was standing right next to it. And then at the finish of the bleed, they turned the engines on, and vroom, the first one came, and my knees went weak. It was so loud that my knees went weak, and I nearly hit the floor. So it scared the living crap out of me. My head just went whacking down into my shoulders. which is a natural reaction to any kind of loud noise. But this was something else. By the time I'd put the wax back in my ears, they'd started the second engine, and then everything was cool. Still noisy, but yeah. But I've never seen that on a YouTube video where they've started up Deltics in preservation. They've never done that compressed air bleed. So I don't know what was going on that time, but it scared the living crap out of me, I can assure you. Then Andy knew he was in love. Yeah, indeed. Right, on the second track, number 62, let's get you moving. Here is a 2 EPB. Now, Simon will know what that is. Electro-pneumatic brake. These are 3-rail locomotives that ran on the southern area of the United Kingdom. So they've got a 3-rail pickup, which you can see the little white bits on the bogies as it comes around. Yeah. One pickup at each end. And again, it's a multiple unit, just like the Doodlebug, which that isn't really, because that's a Doodlebug and a coach. But they look very similar. So this one, I think we can go a little faster. Again, this has got DCC, but no sound. I could always upgrade it. Do you have any CSX engines in your collection? No, I don't actually. I'll tell you what we've got. We've got mostly Union Pacific, Southern Pacific, Pennsylvania, New York Central, Virginia and Truckee, and there's a little bit of Ashton, Topeka, and Santa Fe. But I'm not absolutely sold on the latest American stock. It's mostly big diesels and freight, and the freights are huge, absolutely huge. You'd never be able to do a 2-mile long train. But there you go. Moneybrook Junction Mark has joined us. Very good day to you, Mark. I hope Lisa is well too. Are you a fan of the New York Yankees? Well, as far as I've got the hat, Nathan, yes. The NY bit, yeah. But you're right, it is the Yankees. Oh, look, haircut 100. Yeah, it says so right there, Yankees. And forgive the spitty bit on there. Doggy grabbed it off my head and covered it in saliva. But then that's what dogs do. Love them. Yeah. So let's get you down on the track so you can see them a little closer. Full lighting in either. Some of it directional. Obviously not on the Doodlebug. That's just lights at the front. I've not done a video on the track wiring. There's a science in itself. One that I very much enjoy, or to me, it's bread and butter. What is a track, Andy? It's the supportive rails under a train. James. Right, look, the teeth are in. Oh, we're cooking with gas today. Another sip of coffee, and then I'll get you down onto the track so you can see at track level what's going on. It's a funny old world, isn't it? Right. Sorry about the vomit cam, but here we go. I'll just point you at this a moment. This is our version of the CMX unit, which those in America will be familiar with. This is the one called SHARGE, SHARGE.UK, track cleaning unit. And it's very, very similar and works in a very similar fashion to the CMX, but it's a whole lot cheaper, particularly for the UK guys. Right, let's get you down on the track. Right. Are you still with me? Yes, you are. Trackside. Where's Trackside Mike when you need him? There we go. There goes the 2EPB. Ian Modelizen Barn TV has got a premiere out at the moment. Yes, it's quite a solid unit, and it does work. You fill it with some IPA, and it rolls around the track. You can hear Doggy in the background. She's obviously somebody's, as it's getting close to firework night, people let off some fireworks, and it freaks out Blondie no end. And we have Colonel Cottonbelt in. That'll be Jason, also known as the Train Freak. A very good day to you, Jason. I hope you are well out there in Arkansas. You will see before you a gas doodlebug. We're being photobombed by the 2EPB, which is a UK unit. And here comes the doodlebug. Gas doodlebug in New York Central colours with the coach. I think that's quite funky. Can I say funky? He's going to learn the bad news. What's the bad news? All fireworks should be silent. There comes from Pete. Hello, Pete. Say hi to Sue for me. Always love it to see Sue when you go out to exhibitions and stuff. Obviously, Pete and Sue arrive as a couple, and it's always great being in their company. New York Central gas doodlebug there for you, Pete, in the olive drab colours. And coming up from behind you is a 2EPB, electro pneumatic brake, which is a 3-rail EMU, electro multiple unit, which used to be in the south of the UK. This has now been superseded by the more modern models. And we've got Jeff in as well. Hello, Jeff. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing okay with your various projects, particularly in N-Gauge. That's a 2EPB there. And on the other track, on this track here, is the gas doodlebug, which were quite prolific in the United States, is my understanding. Self-propelled passenger trains today. Yes, Kyle. Below freezing there. Oh, right. Well, I know Illinois is flat, and being flat, it is liable to frost. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Dwight. That doesn't do much for your bones, does it? It certainly doesn't do much for mine. At the moment, it's around 50 degrees Fahrenheit out and about. So I've got the little heater on down here. It's a little paraffin heater, so that means I don't have to drain the electricity to have it operating. It's just self-serving. So you start up the burner, and that's it. All you have to do is keep the door open so you don't asphyxiate yourself with carbon monoxide. Oh, there's RGJ Trains just nipping in. That would be Rob and Grace. It's nice to see you playing around with the DCC sound. It does take a bit of getting used to. And I had to go back a long way to when myself and Richard were in the same situation. But yeah, just go through the buttons and see what they do. Somebody, I believe, has done a bit of remapping on that, so it might be worth going back to a factory reset for it. But I'm sure in the instructions you'll be able to figure out how that's done. Usually on a lock sound, an ESU chip, it's CV8, and then you put 8 in as the target, and that does a complete reset on it. But it may well have a different chip in it, one that's Marklin compatible, and they may well do some things different. So it might be well worth advice before you dive into that one. Hoping to have a train day tomorrow. Well, that's good. That's good. It's for the health to have a nice train day, whether it's models like these or the full-size thing. Now, I have to give it to Bachmann. These models that you see before you are both Bachmanns. This is Bachmann UK. Very smooth and beautiful. And this is Bachmann US. Not quite so smooth, but then they weren't known for it at the time when these were produced. Since then, their quality has gone up somewhat, and so has the price. Middleport Junction is indeed Anthony. A cool 49 degrees in South Texas. Excuse me. That's pretty much what we've got here. So you know what our weather is like, particularly in the UK. It is absolutely chaotic. And if they think for 1 minute that they can predict the weather, then I have sore misgivings about that. And of course, when you have sore misgivings, it's always good to put a bit of ointment on it. Just in case people don't know, there are usually 2 model railway shows at Crewe every year. There is one that is held at, I think it's the Bentley Club, which is probably the Crewe Model Railway Society. And there's a second one, which is at Alsager's. So there's 2 in Crewe, just so there's no confusion. Seven and a half degrees. That's 7.5 degrees centigrade, which is down in the 40s, high 30s, low 40s. Yeah, that's pretty rough, and it's getting cooler. I believe they are moving next year, though. Oh, okay. That's the Alsager one. Or just grumpy. That's me. No, not really. I try not to be grumpy. Life is too short. Well, it is for me. Life is too short to be grumpy when you are short in the leg. I do like that doodlebug. I like the stripes on the front. They're not the sharpest painted stripes, but there's not much wrong with them. And it's a good representation of what the real thing must have been. The Coppen Hall Club events on the 31st of May with Jason. Yes. Yeah, so there's obviously one in November and one in May. So just to clear that up, so there are 2 in Crewe, one in May, one in November. Now, I must admit, Rob and Grace, if you are still in the chat, Simon did show me the locomotive that he'd got you when we were at Getz, and I was absolutely blown away. I mean, that is a fabulous, fabulous birthday present. I mean, really, really nice. I mean, it just, well, it threw me into the stratosphere. Superb model. I got a feeling that F1 might be the smoke, because as soon as you hit F1, usually with British locomotives, that's to start the sound. Some smoke poured out, and I thought, they've probably remapped F1 to the smoke, which is a really odd thing to do. Anthony's on the way out. Small emergency to deal with, got to run. Thanks for coming in, Anthony. You go deal with it, and I hope you have a great day. Yes, some of the locomotives, they will pretty well in DC as they do in DCC. There is a CV in the DCC which you can turn on and off to tell whether it would run in DC or not. So some of them, you'll put them, run some DC through it, and it'll be absolutely dead. Doesn't mean it's dead, it's just turned off in the DCC. So that's just worth remembering. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. Even got the little pilot on the front. And the closet branch has joined us. A very good day to you, and I hope you are exceedingly well. And surprise, surprise, it's raining in Scotland. Does it ever do anything else, Adam? I don't think this one has been out of the box for an awful long time, so it's doing exceptionally well. 10 degrees centigrade here, bright sun for a change. Well, that's Northern Ireland for you. Again, it's not called the Emerald Isle for nothing, because you do get lots of rain, Tom. And Maura King has joined us. Hello, Maura. Great to see you, who is in the Emerald Isle. What's the weather like where you are, Maura? Moving is such a lot of work there. Well, it's not raining at the moment. Good heavens. Here's everybody. Here comes the remainder of the coffee. Right, let's see if I can move you and give you a slightly different aspect. Here we go. I've just got to do this carefully. So I'll point you down the other direction, down the track. There we go. A little elevation, I think, is called for. How's that? Let me just find something heavy to put on the cable to keep it where it should be. There we go. I found my wallet. and that's looking down the other way. You might get a little bit of interference on the vision because obviously I've got sunlight coming through and there's a 50 hertz flash from the fluorescent lighting, and they do tend to clash. Let me just move you a tiny bit right there. How's that? So here comes the 2 EPB, electro pneumatic brake, which is tickling around very nicely. And from behind you, I can't sound the horn because it doesn't have one. Sorry about that. Will be coming the Doodlebug. Yeah. Yes, I'm aware that what we know as the Doodlebug in this country was the V1 flying bomb. I think it was one of the first cruise missiles that came into existence, and a very nasty thing it was. A ton of explosive, and it had a nasty. When the pulse jet finally gave out, it had a nasty habit of gliding instead of just diving into the ground. So sometimes you just couldn't tell where it was going to come down. And my dad had a few close calls with doodlebugs, I can tell you. Okay, Kyle, enjoy your breakfast. I hope it's a good fried one, and enjoy it, matey. And we'll catch up with you in Dwight's stream later, hopefully. Whoa, what happened? My bottle of IPA fell over. Sorry about that. There we go. I've just noticed one of my little men has taken a dump. Stand there, you bugger. There he is. What I did to keep them up on the ballast, I put a tiny bit of tacky wax on the bottom of the feet of this little figure, and that does tend to keep it where it's put. But you get spiders on the layout, and they like to rearrange things. Yeah. Okay, Kyle. Enjoy your breakfast, man. What class DMU, Dino? Okay, let's find the box. It is a class 416 in Network Southeast. It's got a logo on the side. Let me just read it. It's in BR blue and grey, but it says Network. Hang on, I'm going to have to stop it. Right, let me just stop it down here. It says, it does say Network Southeast on it. It's just in that little bit, just back from the driver's cab, about here. It says Network Southeast, and on that bit, just on that little blank, it says Kent Link. So that's the one. Here we go. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Those Backman boys, they really know their stuff. Let's give it a bit of a whiz, shall we? And I understand we've got Dave Scott in there. Hello, Dave. Hope all is well. two EPB. And going the other way is the gas doodlebug in New York Central colours, which you'll probably be familiar with, Dave. Yeah, they're pretty nice units that Bachmann have done. They also do the Class 411, which is known as the 4CEP. I can't remember what the nomenclature of that is, CEP. But it's commonly known as the 4-set. Not that it's used for pulling things out of people, but yeah, it's a 4-coach version of this one, sort of. Also worked on Tyneside and Newcastle before being replaced by the Tyne and Wear Metro. So for those of you that don't know, Tyne and Wear is up the northeast coast of the UK, and where these things were mostly based is in the south of the UK. So that's quite a distance there. But obviously, where there was 415 volts DC on the third rail, it could pick it up. Very kind of you, Flymo. Adam? I'll do the Daisy voice. Gentlemen, if you haven't hit the like button, please oblige me. Eyes above the neckline, please, gentlemen. That sounded terrible. There's only one person that can do Daisy, and that's Joyce. And on Artie's stream last night, we were in danger of getting Joyce to do Happy Birthday, Mr. President, which that would have been exquisite. Oh, Maura's off. Got to head away. Thanks for coming in, Maura. Always great to see you. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. The diesel 4-coach unit last run down to Leamington Spa, if I remember correctly. Well, somewhere in Richard's pile of trains is the Class 205, the Thumper. But I haven't quite nailed down where that is yet, and that does have sound in it, which I've got a feeling did it have a Napier Deltic engine in it? I could be wrong, but I could be right also. Probably Simon or Flymo would be able to tell me that. Andy 81E. It's a nice lot of trains running this fine Sunday afternoon. Indeed, Andy. Thank you very much for telling me that. Always a pleasure having you in the chat. The 2 EPB, Class 416, and the gas doodlebug from New York Central. So that's 1 foot in the UK and 1 foot in the US. Where did you get the doodlebug from? Let me look at the box, please. It comes in a funky box like this. And it says, HO, EMC, gas, electric doodlebug, loco with trailer coach, DCC. It doesn't have a sticker on it. I've got a feeling it may have been an eBay purchase. But I can't remember who from or how long ago. So I do believe it was an eBay purchase. Flymo can feel the stitching on the jeans taking the strain. From what I can remember, Pete, it did need a little bit of lubrication. It's very similar to the way Hornby do, or indeed Bachmann do, a lot of their EPBs and things. It's one bogey, one power unit on that bogey, and the rest of it is all free rolling. The way I understand it, Pete, they didn't do just New York Central. They did it in Pennsylvania. They did it in Santa Fe. Got a feeling they did one in Cotton Belt as well, but I could be wrong. But they did them in lots and lots of different US roads. Yeah, I'm not sure what they used in there for a blanking plate. I rather suspect it would probably be a normal 8-pin. But it's always difficult to tell with Bachmann because they've, particularly Bachmann US, it would probably be 8-pin. And we've got Christoph's Model Eisenbahn. Good day to you, Christoph. What we have today is a 2 EPB. And coming from behind you, an American gas doodlebug in New York Central colors, which is that one. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm going to just grab the camera. And I will bring you around once more to the usual position. Here we go. Let's sit down. Oh. And as my trains go tickling around in the background, that's it. I'm central. New York Central. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in today. Let me just bring these down in speed to a crawl. Recall, recall, recall. Recall, recall, recall. And there we go. Silence has returned once more to the shed. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. My hour is just about. Oh, look at that sunlight! Good heavens! Look, real sunlight. How about that? Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. How about that? Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in and sharing a little coffee and entertainment with the trains. Great to see everybody. A morning serenade with my coffee. That was awesome. Not sure I've got the voice for it. I've got the face for radio, but there you go. Take the hat off. That's what I really look like. Yeah, all glasses and false teeth. you get what you're given. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming in, and have a great week out there. Try not to do anything silly or aggravate anybody. There seems to be a lot of aggravation in the model rail nuts around the world. We don't need it. It's just froth, and it will all blow over. and then something will start the wheels in motion again, and there'll be a big hoo-ha. But no, we let it run off of our backs like a duck. So everybody enjoy their trains, enjoy the real thing, enjoy the models. It's an innocuous pastime. It doesn't hurt anybody. Nobody dies in the making of model railway things. Not to my knowledge, anyway. So it's always great. It's always great to take care as well. You know, particularly where there's lethal voltages involved. A bit of care is always, give yourself due diligence. Great to see you, Dave, in the chat. I know it's early morning there, and thanks for coming in. I really do appreciate it, and it's always great having your input. And to all my friends out there, have a really good one and enjoy. I will see you at Dwight's tonight. I'm not sure if Rob is going live. Are you going live, Rob? If he does, then Rob's channel is Chedley Wood Model Railway. If he is going live, it will come up in about an hour's time. If not, I'll see you at Dwight's tonight, and that's always great fun. And yes, going live at 3 p.m, which is in about an hour's time. So everybody's got a chance to grab a coffee, and with a bit of luck, I'll see you at Chedley Wood, which is Rob. And thank you, Flymo. That's very kind of you. There is the link for Rob's live at 3 p.m. UK time. So all that's left for me to say is 1 Central. Thank you, Dwight. It's always a pleasure having you in, Dwight. I wonder what you're up to tonight. We'll wait and see. It's usually something good. James got church in an hour. Have a good time, James. And it's always great having your company too from stately Canada. And for those that haven't watched James, get in there. James is a very, very nice chap and very, very helpful. I can smell bacon cooking. Even better. Adios, amigos. See you soon. Bye-bye.